Right now, and you are looking at a very fast, high-speed pursuit. Let's go right up to Gil Levis. He's overhead in Sky 9. Gil?
Sandra, 120 miles an hour here on the 91 freeway, just passing the 605. This guy has been coming out of the Chino area, actually San Bernardino area, through the city of Chino, down through the 60 freeway, onto the 57 southbound, then onto the 91 here, and he has been moving at 100 miles an hour, at least on this freeway here, ever since the 57. He just really took off. Now, CHP is in pursuit. They're in pursuit of this vehicle. The suspect inside of this vehicle is a burglary suspect. Burglary suspects out of the San Bernardino area. And you can see how fast he's going. They're clocking him at 120 miles an hour. Very dangerous high-speed pursuit here on the 91 freeway. We're approaching the Long Beach Paramount area. And this guy is not slowing down. We've seen him approach vehicles in that HOV lane and just blown by them, trying to go in between. Now you see him going all the way to the right side of the freeway and then back. So this is how it's been for the last about 10 minutes here or so. Now he's slowing down dramatically there. You can see, squeeze him right through there. Unbelievable. He's going to, it's just a matter of time before he rear ends someone at these speeds. And you can see there's the traffic here is not really light. It's kind of moderate traffic here on the 91 approaching the 710 freeway. Very dangerous, very reckless. We're going to zoom in and try to get a closer look at that suspect driving. We don't know how many suspects are in the vehicle, if it's just the driver or if there's other people inside the car. But again, this pursuit starting about, I'd say about 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago now, out of the San Bernardino, and it looks like he's going northbound 710. Let's see which transition road he takes here. Yep, committed to the northbound 710 from the 91. He's going to have to slow it down here on this curve. But looking out ahead, usually the 710 freeway has some pretty heavy traffic here. But at this hour, it's looking about the same moderate. Look at him taking that gore point, right through that gore point, and he's going to punch it here, I'd imagine here, on that 710 freeway. But CHP in pursuit of this vehicle. They have an airship overhead. I believe the LA County Sheriffs were assisting at some point. The Sheriff's Air Unit was assisting on this pursuit. Yeah, 120 miles an hour through traffic like that, those cars are standing still. And all it takes is one car to make one wrong move, and it's over with. So we're hoping that doesn't happen for the safety of the innocent drivers out here on the freeway. But you can only imagine this guy blowing by you on the freeway. 1 second it's nice and quiet on the roads, and then the next second, this guy's blowing by you at 120 miles. Look at it, he's taking the shoulder there. I'm going to zoom out here and show you the traffic ahead of him. You can see he's just making ways here. Now he's up to the 105 freeway here, and he's going to transition. Let's see which way he goes here on that 105. It looks like maybe westbound 105. Stand by, I'll tell you in just a second. Yeah, westbound 105 here from the 710 freeway. He's going to be going to through Linwood. Let's keep it flat. Linwood area now at this point. Westbound 105. And we're having to make a really sharp turn just to keep up with this guy in Sky 9. But amazing speeds on that transition road. Obviously a pretty good high-performance vehicle there that this guy's driving. But again, it's a robbery or burglary suspect out of the San Bernardino area. Chino PD was in pursuit for a while. They handed it over to the CHP, and the CHP has been in pursuit ever since the 60 and the 57 freeway, I believe. That's when the CHP picked it up southbound on the 57. He's going to be approaching the South LA area, the Watts area here. But amazingly, I just looked down at the speedometer here in Sky 9, and we're hitting like 130 miles an hour here. So this guy is really pushing the limits here. Very dangerous situation here. You can see him in that diamond lane there, the HOV lane, just taking over this freeway, just passing vehicles like they're standing still. Now, we just saw something fly out there. I don't know if that was debris from the freeway, if he threw something out, or maybe something came off his car, but I don't know if you had noticed that or not, but it looked like out of his passenger window. I'm going to double in here and let's take a look. He's moving around inside that car. He may have thrown something out of the window there, out of the passenger side. Again, we don't know if there's other people in the car here. But at this point, it actually looks like there might be a passenger in that vehicle.
And Gil, most of the time,
now looks like, yeah.
Most of the time when you and I watch these pursuits, we know how they're going to end. Eventually, the suspect pulls over and gives up. But I'm not so sure that's the way this one is going to end. It looks so dangerous.
Yeah, it just doesn't look that way. I mean, this guy has no intentions of stopping. Definitely no intentions of slowing down. Now he's taken the 110 freeway here. Let's see which way he goes, southbound or northbound. It looks like northbound. He's going northbound. So we may have to pull back here due to LAX traffic. We have to get below that traffic and get approval through there, but we'll keep the shot on him as he goes northbound the 110 freeway from the 105 freeway.
And this started in Orange County, is that right, Gil?
We understand that it started in the San Bernardino area, came through the Chino area. It initially was heading eastbound. This guy turned around westbound on the 60 freeway, came all the way through the city of Industry, and then to the 50, or almost to the city of Industry, and then to the 57. That's where he went southbound, 57, and then onto the 91. 91 to the, I'm losing track, 91 to the 710, 710 to the 105, and 105 now to the 110. And look at him, he's just taking the shoulder. Heavy traffic here on this 110 freeway. As most of you know, this freeway can get pretty heavy at this hour, but he is not slowing down, taking the shoulder, you know, passing these cars, and very heavy ahead in about 1 mile. So we got the clearance through the LAX airspace here, and he's coming up at, you know, 100. I'm looking at the clock now. It's 125 miles an hour. This guy's going on this freeway with the traffic. He's exiting here. Let's see what the exit is here. This possibly might be Gage. We're going to try to get around in here, but he's flying off that. You see the cars diving out of the way there. He's going to go straight through that street, and continuing now on surface streets in the LAPD's jurisdiction, the South LA area. I'll try to get
Gil,
to a
we're
street
going
here
to stay with
momentarily.
your live picture.
Yeah.
I want to go right to the telephone right now. We have Officer Ramirez with us on the telephone. Officer, what can you tell us about the suspect in this pursuit?
Well, it looks like the this vehicle was initially wanted for some type of burglary out in the San Bernardino area by the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. The vehicle failed to stop, continued driving away from the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department at a high rate of speed and continued. He had exceeded speeds of over 100 miles per hour, which of course is of great concern to us because at that rate of speed, this vehicle can, a lot of these can happen. If he's involved in some type of a collision, there could be some very serious injuries. But also this vehicle traveling at that rate of speed could easily crash and possibly disintegrate on impact.
All right, Officer Vince Ramirez from the CHP, thanks so much for joining us. Let's go back up to Gil Levis. He's overhead in Sky 9. And Gil, it looks like he went behind the building. There he is.
Well, Sandra, it's really hard to keep up with this guy, which streets he's on. He's northbound right now. We'll try to get that street for you. But definitely in the Florence area, it looks like about Slauson maybe he might be on there. Right turn on Slauson, eastbound now. There's going to be a stoplight here momentarily that he's going to have to make a decision here. But he's just straddling that center line. Come here he goes. Northbound now. Northbound, I'll try to get that street for you. It looks like it might be Avalon that he may have turned on there. But again, you know, the speeds have slowed down now to about 50, 60 miles an hour. Red light right through, almost hit that car there. Left turn now, westbound surface street. We'll try to get that for you. But you see the LA County Sheriff's helicopter there assisting with the ground units. And it looks like there aren't any ground units behind this vehicle at this point, just that airship that's tracking. We'll try to get the LAPD involved in this, possibly since it's in their area. But again, here he goes northbound, weaving his way in and out these surface streets. We'll try to get you to the street he's on right now in just a second.
Boy, it seems as fast as you get the name of the street, he's on to another street. And it looks like he's in a neighborhood now.
Oh.
Did he hit something?
He just missed a kid on a skateboard there. I can't believe I thought he was going to hit that kid on the skateboard. The kid was skating right there on the street, and it just missed him. Here he goes. Northbound now. It looks like this might be Avalon now. He's again weaving here westbound on a surface street. This might be 54th Street possibly. But continuing here, high speeds through these neighborhoods. I mean, you're looking at a 25-mile-an-hour zone there, and he's blowing through it at 50, 60 miles an hour. Here he comes to a stop sign, major street here. Where he's going to make a decision right through, weaving right through the traffic there, and then continuing westbound.
It's unbelievable that he has not had an accident yet. Still the Florence area, Gil?
No.
And another
he's
pedestrian.
Trying to get, another pedestrian there. Trying to get the location. He's real close to the 55th Street and the 110. Now here he goes, jumping back on the freeway here. Northbound 110 freeway from about 54th Street.
Oftentimes we'll...
A correction, that... Yeah, go ahead.
On the shoulder of the road again, oftentimes we'll see the CHP or the LAPD pull back when they think the pursuit is too dangerous. Is that what happened here? You said no vehicles in pursuit right now?
Well, I think he's going so fast, taking so many different streets, it's hard to get some coordination there with the ground officers to try to figure out where exactly he is. He's moving so fast. And, you know, I can hear the LAPD discussing how to handle this guy. Here he is, a red light, pedestrians, a trash truck. I mean, he's just going to blow right through there. He's delaying. He almost hit that car.
Boy, he almost clipped the
and
back
now
end of
he's
the car.
southbound, but just not concerned about the general public out here, the way he's driving.
We've seen several close calls
that guy
with
just missed.
pedestrians. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, a guy with a grocery cart there just almost got clipped. I mean, we saw a skateboarder, we saw people crossing the road. That guy with the cart there, and it just, you know, no respect for anybody here. This guy just blowing through. Now he's got some speed bumps on this street. That's slowing him down a little bit. That's good, but here he goes northbound again. This might be Vernon. We just know that there is confirmed 2 people in that car. There he goes, wrong side of the road. Pedestrians again, a lady with a baby. It's unbelievable. This is so close, coming so close to these people on the streets. But yeah, that's the latest we've heard, that it's a male and a female, male driver, female passenger.
All right, South Los Angeles right now, if you're just joining us.
There we go. Just missed those kids. That woman just pulled that little child onto the sidewalk, just barely missing that little child. The mother had to pull that little child. The drivers out here, they have no idea what's coming. Definitely the pedestrians don't know what's coming. You know, just erratic in his driving. He's just taking streets at random here, just interweaving here. We're not sure if he maybe knows someone in this area or might maybe possibly even live in this area. It's hard to say, but it just seems like he's just taking random streets here, left and right, continuing on.
It's a nice, warm, sunny day, and certainly a lot of people are out on the streets right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of foot traffic out here, and again, here's a person just diving out of the way. It's like a bull, you know. People are just diving out of the way of this guy as he blows through these streets. And here he is coming to a stop. Let's see what happens here. Exiting the vehicle. He's on his cell phone, and he's running. The female closes the door, takes off, and she's going to continue on. At this point, he's under the tree. There's no PD. Okay, we have him running here. The only police overhead is the sheriff's helicopter. The suspect, the driver here, is getting out running here on his cell phone. The female passenger taking over the vehicle and driving off with it. But here he's looking for somewhere to dive into.
Obviously,
and behind these trees here, let's see if we...
He can hear the helicopters overhead.
Okay, I got it. Here we go. Okay, so westbound, the female taking over. Oh, hitting cars right there, ramming cars that are parked there up on the sidewalk. She might be disabled. We're going to try to move south and get over. Here she goes, taking off. She's got a hoodie on, running with a cell phone in underneath this gas station here, but ramming into cars there as she drove down the street. And they are in foot pursuit at this point. LAPD in foot pursuit. And she can see her. She dropped her cell phone here. She's going to jump the fence, go through this fence. We need to move forward, Dan, a little bit, if we can, into this complex here, and running through the fenced off area. It looks like she may not have anywhere to go. She's going to be stuck back here in this complex here, back behind these trees. Let's see which way she goes.
Female suspect also on the run in the neighborhood, but probably in another direction. She actually sat in the car when he took off.
I'm watching some units.
And again, we're talking high rates of speed, not just on the freeway, but also surface streets around South Los Angeles.
Yeah, I mean, incredibly dangerous going through those neighborhoods. We had some really near misses a few times with people just crossing the street. And you can see CHP probably headed either to the location where the guy is at the apartment complex or maybe on the trail of the female that was in the car.
Yeah, this is definitely, they look like they were in a desperate situation in speeds of excess of 100 miles an hour on the freeway, and even on the surface streets, they're going pretty fast. Almost hit several pedestrians, including a little girl when they were making a turn in an intersection.
And
her
her
mom
mom
jerked her back on the sidewalk just in the nick of time. And officers, we see these black and white units are now all headed toward the area. Again, the suspects going in different directions. The man taking off first, talking on a cell phone, and reaching into a pocket where he possibly had a weapon. We did hear they were armed and dangerous after pulling off a burglary. And the female suspect sitting in the car for a couple of moments, and then she decided to finally take off and run. And now we see there
appears to be the vehicle.
back at the car. That is the vehicle. As you see, it's a light blue Lexus, and a high-performance car that was. I'm telling you, I've seen cars flying down the freeway, but this guy was really booking it.
My goodness, yeah, passing everybody. And it all started as a burglary. Was it in the San Bernardino area, or that's where the couple originated from?
Somewhere in San Bernardino County is where the burglary was pulled off, and we understand now that the female suspect has now been apprehended. There you see her being arrested right there. She is the female suspect. There was also a male suspect, and again, he is holed up somewhere in that apartment building, and I think it's just going to be a matter of time as you see her now being hauled away, or she'll be put in the back of one of those black and white units.
Yeah, so I'm sure they were going to refocus and find where this guy is, and they know that he most likely is still in that apartment building. Whether or not they knew someone in this neighborhood, they turned right onto this small little street, and maybe it's someone they know is in the building, maybe not. No rhyme or reason possibly, but we do know we've got one suspect in handcuffs, the other still on the loose at this moment.
Okay, we're getting some more information. They were suspects in a residential armed robbery. We assume that took place this morning, and they're also the suspects in several other armed robberies. So if the charges stick and this proves to be true, you're getting a couple of dangerous characters off the streets today, eventually. At least they've got one of them. Now they're just looking for the male suspect. Again, he's holed up inside that apartment building. You see the female suspect. She is now in the back seat of the sheriff's car with her hands handcuffed behind her. So she's taken care of. Now it's just a matter of time. And you figure he probably knew somebody in that apartment building the way he was talking on his cell phone. If not, he may be running into some apartment building where you've got a lot of innocent people that don't know anything about this. And judging by the way he was driving, this is a desperate situation, and that certainly can create some problems.
It really can. And I know there was a moment where it seemed authorities were backing off because of the dangerous driving, but I don't think they were too far behind, because it seems they caught up pretty quickly with these suspects. But again, that's that debate that they, I'm sure, have whether or not to follow and pursue people when they're driving so dangerously.
Well, there you see the apartment building where we last saw the suspect running into, and I got to tell you, at this point, I don't really see any officers around there, which is kind of surprising. But and you see, it's a pretty good sized complex. Judging how close this is to USC, this could very well be some student housing. Yeah,
it could. And I wonder if authorities have a helicopter in the sky, because a lot of times.
Mark said there was a law enforcement helicopter from one of the agencies that was nearby, and they were watching closely. And we can't see a whole lot right now, but you can bet that what they probably are doing right now is they've cordoned off a wide area. And what they will do is they will start what they call a grid search. They will go door to door, and they will check under every bush. It'll be slow and it'll be methodical, but eventually they will catch up with the suspect.
This is basically the 1000 block of 38th Street here. It's just about one block to the west of Vermont and just south of Exposition here. Now, we have several officers on the ground. There is an active search. Oh, here we go, here we go. Someone may be on the run here, and over the fence. Hang on just a second here. We're going to maneuver around. It looks like that suspect may be on the run, and only now so. And it looks like if that is the suspect, he has certainly changed his clothes here. He has got a hat on right now and some dark clothes. We're going to try and make our way around, and he is now on the ground. He is proned out. Officers of the LAPD taking this guy into custody. Now, when we last saw this guy, Glenn and Jessica, he was just exiting that light blue Lexus. If I remember right, he was wearing blue jeans, a white T-shirt. He was bald, and he was on the phone walking westbound through this apartment complex. Now it appears that he has changed clothes, and now we just caught him as he was being pursued on foot by the LAPD, and it looks like they have just now taken this guy into custody. Hopefully there's going to be a process of confirmation to make sure that this is the suspect, but based on his actions, it certainly seems like this may be our guy.
High-speed chase in Los Angeles this afternoon that put so many innocent lives at risk. The two people inside the car are now in custody. 10 News reporter Chris Murphy is joining us now with how it all unfolded. Chris?
Kim, amazing here. This wild chase topped 100 miles per hour at times involving a burglary suspect out of San Bernardino and his female passenger. Take a look here as this car is zooming down side streets at more than 60 miles per hour. This chase spanned 9 freeways across 3 counties before finally ending near the USC campus in Los Angeles. The chase so remarkable, even for LA standards.
It's really hard to keep up with this guy.
This silver sedan terrorized Southern California freeways and streets for more than a half hour Tuesday afternoon.
It's just blowing red lights, stop signs.
The KABC helicopter reporter could not believe the scene unfolding below.
Speeds have slowed down now to about 50, 60 miles an hour.
The driver was going so fast, police couldn't keep up the chase, so there were no sirens alerting pedestrians.
Oh, he just missed the kid on a skateboard there.
Watch as we slow this video down to show you how close he came to hitting this man with a shopping cart in the intersection.
There he goes, wrong side of the road. Pedestrians again, a lady with a baby. It's unbelievable.
And this was perhaps the most unbelievable.
Just missed those kids. That woman just pulled that little child onto the sidewalk, barely missing that little child. Here he is coming to a stop. Let's see what happens here. Exiting the vehicle. He's on his cell phone, and he's running. The female closes the door, takes off, and she's going to continue on.
She would continue on until finally crashing and making a run for it, and nearly got some help hiding from police.
Moving up, there's someone waving her on here, encouraging her, possibly to ask her to come into his apartment complex here.
She was finally taken down, and he was also caught a few minutes later, several blocks away. Now, as we look at this video here, you'll see the man emerge from this tree. This is right after he got out of the car before the woman took off. He's looking for a place to hide. He was on his cell phone, as you can see. He apparently changed clothes a short time later, and about 45 minutes after this video was shot, he was caught. That was about 1:30 this afternoon. Now, think of this. The pursuit was across the 60, the 57, 91, 5, 710, 105, and 110 freeways, and as you saw, all of those surface streets.